Joining us right now, we have attorney Chris Gentry on this action-packed show from the McMahan Law Firm, and we are talking about some misconceptions when it comes to Social Security disability. And appreciate you joining us here to kind of iron out some of the details here and set the facts straight. And I think one of the first things that people tend to ask here, when you think about Social Security and disability and being compensated for that, that just means you can't do a job at all. But is that really the case?
No, it's not, and I've seen this reported on very prominent news shows where you have to be unable to do any job or else you can't get Social Security disability benefits, and it can't be further from the truth. The law, we have these things in the law called grid rules or medical vocational guidelines, and depending on your age, and typically you do have to be 50 years or older, and your education, your past work experience, and then something we call your RFC, you can in fact be found to be disabled if you're just limited to certain types of jobs.
Now, who all is really qualified to accept these benefits here? You mentioned a little bit just then, but the overall umbrella, I guess.
Well, generally speaking, for Social Security disability, you have to have worked 5 of the last 10 years. But once again, you could still get SSI benefits, which you have to be disabled to receive as well. That's for people who meet certain income resource limits. So people who are on the poor, basically.
So is there a penalty if you are still able to do some sort of a job?
It's a bit of a complicated question, but you're hitting on a bigger topic, which is could you work and still receive Social Security disability benefits? And the answer is you can. You're not ineligible for Social Security disability benefits or SSI benefits unless you make $1,000 or more per month.
Okay.
So if you're under that limit, you can still receive your benefits. Now, there's even an exception to that. You can actually make that much money, and you can have what we call an unsuccessful work attempt, as long as that work attempt doesn't last any longer than 6 months. So there's a big incentive to try to get people back to work. That's what most of my clients want to do. They'd rather be working. And so there's no harm in trying. And I think people who are working a part-time job, it's something you should consider, because disability is not for, you're not disabled just if you can't do part-time work. You're disabled if you can't do full-time work. So part-time work doesn't necessarily preclude you.
And I would imagine in several cases here, you may have some older individuals that are getting closer and closer to that retirement age, but then they think, well, you know, can I still draw normal retirement and Social Security at the same time for these disability?
Yeah, I think you're trying to ask me a trick question, but I'll cut you some slack. You can't really draw normal retirement, but you can draw retirement. At age 62, you can take your early Social Security retirement benefit. To do that, you will take about a 25% penalty in your overall benefit amount. However, you can also draw disability up until you reach your full retirement age. So, for example, at age 62, you could also apply for Social Security disability. So if you were drawing your early benefit and then you were to later be found disabled, you would get that 25% penalty back.
Where does VA benefits mix into this?
VA benefits have no impact whatsoever on Social Security disability. A veteran who is on 100% disabled and receiving a full military pension can also receive his full Social Security disability pension.
It is complicated, but that is why we have someone like yourself to kind of help explain a little bit here about what is going on when it comes to Social Security disability. It's complicated, but they're here to help. It is McMahan Law Firm, located there at 323 High Street in downtown Chattanooga, over by the Bluffview area. Their phone number is 423-265-1100. Their website is McMahanLawFirm.com. Glad we got you to help us out.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, folks, we'd like to say big